Hey everybody, it's Emily, the Crazy Worm Lady. I'm here today with a long overdue update on our worm factory. And we have not fed in here for a while, but the first thing I notice is a whole bunch of fruit flies and gnats. Ugh. Well, that's what I get for not covering my food up well. Gonna have to put out some traps in here. But the inside of this what I guess a grapefruit half is breaking down slowly. Oh, I hate fruit flies. But guys, even to the best of us, even if we think we're covering up well, this does happen from time to time. The best thing to do is to set out a vinegar trap. So a little bit of vinegar in the bottom of a shallow dish with a drop of dish soap. And the dish soap creates some tension, so when the fruit flies are attracted to the vinegar, which it should definitely be apple cider vinegar, that's what they're attracted to. When they get into the little container of it, the soap creates tension, so they just sink to the bottom. But burying up your food is key. And I'm guilty of not always doing that, being lazy, not shredding up my paper, and then this happens. So, that's what I get. Luckily, this is in a separate room than our main living area, so I wasn't noticing any until I just got in here. So, if I can nip it in the bud, hopefully their population will diminish rather quickly. But I think because of the fruit flies, I'm not going to feed today. I'm going to add a nice layer of bedding on the top with maybe a little bit of like coffee grounds, but I'm not going to go crazy because I definitely need to get this problem under control before I continue to feed it and escalate the problem. So let me get some bedding shredded up. We will put that in here and maybe moisten it down a little bit because it's damp in here, but definitely a little bit drier than I would like. And then we'll leave this for another week or so, see if we can fix our fruit fly problem, and then I'll come back for an update when we will feed. So I just thought I would check the tray below just because I didn't see as many worms as I would expect up top, and it looks like some of them probably retreated because it's a little bit more moist down here, and that's actually one thing I do like about the worm factory. This honestly is not one of my favorite systems. I feel like it's hard to manage the moisture. It gets dry up top and then really muddy down the bottom. But if it gets too dry in your tray that you're feeding, the worms can retreat down to a lower tray where it's a bit more moist, and then they work their way back up once you get the moisture back up top. Still have this lovely piece of ginger. It's got roots all over the place. But yeah, taking a peek in here, I think a lot of them are treated. But we'll get the top fixed up now, and hopefully it'll be business as usual next week. Alright guys, so I'm ready to battle this problem. So let me show you what I got here. I have a tin of coffee grounds and some more of those tea bags, and I actually added water to this. I'm going to sprinkle the water first if I can get it to come out. Maybe I didn't wet it quite as much as I thought, but I'm going to sprinkle these across the top. It's a food source for the worms, and it's less likely to encourage any sort of fruit fly activity that's more related to like the sweet foods and things like that. Sorry, my hand was shaking. I was moving with that. But I wanted to make sure it was nice and moist to try to get the worms back up here. So wet it down a little bit more. This is not something I usually have to do with this bin, but I want to make sure they keep working. So I'm going to add some of my dry mix. Maybe some of the neem cake and all will be beneficial as well. So I'm going to sprinkle that healthily across the entire surface here. And I'm going to top all of this with a nice thick layer of bedding. That kind of smothers out any larvae from the fruit flies. And so the good thing about that is that if the larvae hatch, they can't get out, and therefore it kind of stops the process of the bugs reproducing in your bin. So, nice thick layer. This is some cardboard boxes, primarily, and a few paper bags. And I'm doing a couple of inches here of bedding. And I'm actually not going to moisten the bedding at all. That's why I moistened it well beneath, because if it's moist, it's easier for the flies and larvae to get in and out. So, nice thick layer. So, boring update, not really feeding much, just a little bit of coffee to keep them up top, hopefully. Keep the worms hanging out for us. And we'll give this another week and see what happens. So, little disappointing, but I think we can get this fixed rather quickly. So, drop your comments below, like this video, subscribe if you'd like some more content from me, and I'll be back with you guys real soon for an update.